September of 21 is the first time that the Chinese overtly showed presence in Afghanistan.
September 2.
September
2 days after we left.
Yeah, I meant September of 2021.
Yeah. And that's not all, though. It's worse than that. China is helping the Taliban build a military division. There's a defense company in China called Norenco. It's a big defense company, a weapons manufacturer. They have held so many meetings with the Taliban's defense ministry. President Biden ordered the withdrawal, and it took place on August 31, 21. 2 days later, on September 2, a plane took off from China, landed in Bagram Airfield in Parwan province. Large, huge military installation built originally by the Russians when they had invaded Afghanistan. And then it's such a strategic and important location that was the U.S.'s headquarters. And during this entire time that we were there, America was there. And so billions of dollars have been spent on this Bagram Airfield. It has a 12,000-foot runway, one of the busiest runways during the war. Anywhere in the world was Bagram Airfield. Bagram is so huge. I don't know if you've ever been there, as you know, it can house 15,000, 20,000 personnel. It's a huge base. There are restaurants, shops, everything is inside that base. It's a very modern city inside Afghanistan. And so this plane from China landed in Bagram Airfield carrying about 150 Chinese nationals. And they immediately started giving life back to Bagram. So when the U.S. had left a few months ago, left Bagram, not Afghanistan, just Bagram, abandoned it, the Taliban, who were in the Safi Mountains around Bagram, came in and to some extent destroyed Bagram. And then as the evacuations were happening, the Taliban decided to release all the prisoners, Al-Qaeda and ISIS, that were also in Bagram. So those prisoners started damaging the base. And so 2 days after the withdrawal, September 2, 2021, this plane carrying 150 Chinese, it landed in Bagram and it started rebuilding it. Within about 2 weeks, more planes from China landed in Bagram Airfield. And since then, there has been a consistent amount of approximately 350 Chinese nationals in Bagram, and they never leave. They have no reason to leave.
So would you say September of 21 is the first time that the Chinese overtly showed presence in Afghanistan?
September 2.
September
2 days after we left.
Yeah, I meant September of 2021.
Yeah, and that's not all, though. It's worse than that. China is helping the Taliban build a military division. There's a defense company in China called Norenco. It's a big defense company, a weapons manufacturer. They have held so many meetings with the Taliban's defense ministry. Now, the Taliban's defense minister is Mullah Yaqub, son of the founder of the Taliban. Mullah Omar's son today is the defense minister in Afghanistan. He has held many meetings with Norenco, and so have other Taliban officials. And so Norenco is known as a company that gives arms, military equipment, surveillance equipment in exchange for minerals. These are called arms for minerals deals. And so they they have been giving the Taliban new technology. Huawei, a Chinese company, through Norenco has installed over 100,000 cameras in Kabul alone, and also in elsewhere in strategic places in Afghanistan. They have given the Taliban a state-of-the-art surveillance system.
Did you just say 100,000 cameras?
In Kabul.
Is this these AI-type cameras that with facial recognition?
It's a surveillance system. They have it in China. They're giving the same thing to the Taliban. And that's not even it. The Chinese are involved, and they have signed with the Taliban billions of dollars worth of contracts to extract minerals from Afghanistan. All of these are illegal mining extractions. And so the Chinese are involved in extracting lithium. And Afghanistan is the world's largest. It has the world's largest deposit of lithium. And so it's lithium. Chinese are extracting gold, other rare earth minerals in Afghanistan, copper.
For those that don't know, lithium is what all of the batteries are made out of. That you hear about the green initiative that people are pushing. That's the interest. So here in the U.S., Chinese are producing all of our green initiative power supplies by basically infiltrating Afghanistan and creating these minerals for weapons deals with the Taliban.
Absolutely. In fact, that phone in your pocket right now, that has a lithium battery. And so when China extracts all of this lithium, who are they going to sell it to? Back to the United States. Yes. And it's not even the end. The Taliban sent one of their commanders, a terrorist, to China who met with the president of China, Xi Jinping. And the Chinese president accepted his credentials and handed over to him the embassy of Afghanistan in China. Similarly, the Chinese have sent their own ambassadors to Kabul, who has been recognized by the leader of the Taliban. They have, short of that officially the president of that country, that Communist Party, saying, I have recognized the Taliban, short of that statement, there is relationships on so many levels, military, political, business, between China and the Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. Chinese are building warehouses in Afghanistan in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. So as a investor from America, as an honest businessman, you wouldn't go and spend $500 in that place. It's in the middle of nowhere, but not China. This is all part of that Road and Belt Initiative of China, $1 trillion worth of project, a huge project that intends to connect all of Asia to Europe. So China has long-term goals. And now you want to know what the U.S. is doing to counter China? Nothing.
Nothing.
Yes, State Department say they're doing nothing.
Is China helping the Taliban build infrastructure within the major cities and provinces as well? I know they're doing a lot of that in Africa. Or is it solely weapons for minerals?
So they are building infrastructures, like I said. Now, again, it's really hard to tell without, like I said,
road systems.
Yes.
Buildings.
Absolutely.
I'm not just talking about the mining camps.
Absolutely. Everything that is required to connect all of Central Asia to Europe, all of it. Everything that is required, warehouses, roads, China is investing. They're building it for the Taliban, to help the Taliban. Because this not only helps the Taliban, you can say this. China doesn't really care about the Taliban. China has bigger plans than Taliban. Taliban is a useful idiot to China. Mm-hmm. They're using him. But it is happening right now. Like I said, what worries me the most is that China's intention is not just Afghanistan. It's bigger than that, way bigger than that. It's America. And America has done nothing in Afghanistan to counter even that part of this, the Chinese part of it.
Yeah. Very troubling. No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.